this is Laura, and today I will be talking about something that we deal with very, very regularly. It might actually be the ingredient or set of ingredients that we see the most with regards to contact dermatitis. So fragrance, allergen, not an allergen. I think I kind of spoiled it. Clearly an allergen, and not just an allergen, but a top airborne contact allergen. So you don't just have to, you touch it, you can spray it around the room, like, or have it as aromatherapy, or if it's in your furniture wipes or your disinfecting wipes, that can waft up and cause problems on your skin as well. And fragrance is also a top photo contact allergen. So it can cause hyperpigmentations, dark spots, and blotches, which tends to be a real issue for people of color. No matter how pale or how deep your skin tone, it's really a top concern. So fragrance is a top contact allergen. The thing is, when we think about fragrance and perfume, we usually think about really expensive, beautiful, very luxurious, gorgeous perfume, which is gorgeous, luxurious, and lovely, but definitely a top contact allergen. You might not think of perfume as aromatherapy because it's so natural, right? You get these little bottles at home that you put in a diffuser or use it as a massage oil. No matter how, and this is sort of the first main point I want to make about fragrance, it's not just synthetic fragrance that's an issue. The most natural, organic fragrance, as long as you've patch tested positive to it, you need to avoid. And yes, a lot of the most natural organic stuff is really allergenic. So I happen to love lavender. I can't use it. But things like rose, eucalyptus, cinnamon, chrysanthemums, just so many flowers. Rose, I mentioned rose. What am I thinking of? Citronella, mint, lemon, lime, oranges, just so many wonderful natural organic fragrances are fragrances and are top contact allergens and top airborne contact allergens and top photo contact allergens. So if you have patch tested positive to fragrance, you need to avoid them no matter how natural or organic. The second main difficulty when dealing with fragrance allergy is it doesn't have to smell good to have a fragrance. So there are some unscented products labeled unscented that contain, say, benzyl alcohol, which is a fragrance that's used as a preservative sometimes, and it doesn't smell good. It's just in there. Alcohol per se is not an allergen. We have an InSkin blog post about that. Or there are many types. The ones we think of most commonly, isopropyl and ethyl alcohol, are actually not allergens. They are irritants. So if you just stop using them as much, or you use a hand sanitizer with less alcohol, but that has, say, monolaurin, which is from coconut, it's a lipid, it's a fat, it's gooey, so it's moisturizing and not drying. And that's what it's used. That's what it's using for disinfection instead of the alcohol. Then you should be fine. But if your hand sanitizer has fragrance in it, and then maybe a dye, then, the irritation from the alcohol plus those two allergens is not a good mix. So if you're smelling your skincare or your makeup or your gel or whatever it is, if it smells good, it's kind of a dead giveaway, right? It has fragrance. But even if it smells like nothing and it smells just really bland, there's a pretty good chance it has a masking fragrance in there. And you may not identify it because it might say something like benzyl alcohol. We have a video on this. Why your skincare should smell weird, because it's often the skincare that smells like a lab that's actually safer for sensitive skin, certainly for those who patch tested positive for fragrance. The other difficulty with a fragrance allergy is you'll normally get patch tested with fragrance mix 1 or fragrance mix 2. They're both really standard because fragrance allergy is so common. Actually, fragrance was named Allergen of the Year in 2007 by the American Contact Dermatitis Society. It's really common. When you shop for stuff, for skincare, toothpastes, shampoos, house cleaning stuff, it won't say fragrance mix 1. There's so many fragrances that they're kind of lumped together in the patch test. But you need to be able to break down fragrance mix 1 and 2 to be able to know what to avoid in your stuff. So you need to work closely with your dermatologist after your patch test. You can also write to us at vmvhypoallergenics.com, and we can tell you which of our products you can use that don't have any of your allergens or possible cross reactants. And if there's something that's a potential sort of low risk thing, we'll disclose that anyway. So you can try it with your doctor's monitoring really carefully and slowly. And we'll give you alternatives too. Again, sort of going back to it, it's hard to know what a fragrance is, and they're in everything. You know, we mentioned a lot of personal care stuff, a lot of the stuff for the home, but also flavors. So like balsam of Peru is in vermouth. It's in a lot of food flavoring. A lot of fragrance and flavors tend to sort of cross-react. They're really rather related. So, you know, I'm looking here at the list of fragrance mix 1 and 2, and top things that pop all the time. Camphor, which you would find like in muscle balms, muscle relaxing balms, or even lip balms. Balsam of Peru, anise, benzyl alcohol, benzyl salicylate, all of the cinnamides, so cinnamic alcohol. If you see cinnamon, not so much. Geranium, ilang ilang, oak moss. We just had someone write in today that they had an oak moss allergy. So yeah, that's kind of the lowdown of fragrance. It is a top contact allergen, top airborne contact allergen, and a top photo contact allergen. So it's good to not use them. It's difficult. Like I said, there's some products made for sensitive skin or even sensitive baby skin, or even things like rosacea that have natural extracts, right? Essential oils. Most of them are related to fragrance. So it's a little dicey, but we can help. Again, you can write us at vmvhypoallergenics.com, and we can help you sort of sort through what we have to make sure you can use it. And if you go to vmvinskin.com, you can search. We have a great tab, an entire section called Allergen or Not an Allergen. And you can search your allergens there and learn a lot about them and how to avoid them. So that's really helpful. And if you would like to shop any of our products, you can do so at vmvhypoallergenics.com in the US and globally, and in the Philippines at vmvhypoallergenics.ph. Stocks are at the moment because of supply chain issues everywhere, but we've got some things in place to help with that, and we will specify alternatives that would work for you. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's a lot of great content here. I hope that you found this valuable and useful, and it can help you sort of navigate this complex world of contact allergies. If you have any questions, you can write them here in the comments on YouTube, on our customer support team, and on Instagram and Facebook as well, or on our websites. And you can ask me directly and privately on Instagram at VMV, at Laura at VMV. We're here to save the world's skin by making the safest, most proven effective care on the planet, and to blanket the world in goodness. So I wish you health and safety and goodness and wellness. And until next time, see ya.